So this is it, the latest version of the smart forfour, and with this, welcome to Valencia. During my test drive here for quick car review, I have the chance to do this POV drive, and I thought this time we do a bit different because some of you complained that you want more information and you want me to talk about the car, so I will give you a short, let's say, introduction into the car. Now when we're here at the back, let's have a look into the boot. And as you may see or may not see, this is exactly the same size as the predecessor office, which means we're talking about 185 liters up to, when you fold down the seats, 975. And this is the same as the predecessor. And if you look at the Smart forfour, you will find, I think, 260 liters in the standard configuration. So it's exactly the same as the predecessor, so nothing happens. Looking at the rear of the car while standing here, you see these beautiful lights, which I really do like a lot. Look here, I really think they really look nice. Maybe you can activate them. Yeah, just see the indicator. And you see the side of the car, it is still a typical smart. Nothing has changed here in dimension, everything is the same. You do find new rims down here, if you want to have a closer look. And very important is when you look at the front of the car, this car now features a completely new design, which is with the forfour. We do have a different grille. You see this shape here that goes to the outside. That gives the car a bit more of an aggressive look, and the grille is in the color of the car. But I think more important is the way the eyes look. So one thing is, we do now find again at the two Smart forfour as well as with the forfour, the headlamps up above the grille and above the extra lights down there, and we have these three different parts of the optional LED lights, which is daytime running light, standard light and full beam. And you see this is a typical thing, a new thing, and the front now looks a bit more from the shape and design like the first one. This is the same with the signature at the front. This is now smart, no logo anymore, so this really is something new but old. So it's something that should remind you of the original and first smart. And so I think that's it from the outside. And of course you do find this here, which is the Smart EQ44 logo, which is all around the car. It's at the front, it's on the back as well, because this car of course is purely electrically powered. So let's have a look inside. Look here and look here. As you can see, the door's angle is very nice. I think it's nearly 90 degrees, so that makes life a lot easier when you want to enter, but sitting behind me doesn't really work well. But I think still, for a standard size at the front, you will find enough space here on the rear seats for kids or for small adults. I think even for a longer trip. And this is the extra bit you get if you have a Smart forfour instead of a Smart forfour. When you look at the front, you do see the car looks pretty much the same as the predecessor, but we have some changes. But to show you this, I step into the car just a moment. Important with the new one is, when you sit inside, we still have to start with the key. So you see it's on, nothing happens because it's set electric. So spelt.
Important is that in the test car we're driving at the moment, there is the old infotainment mounted. So the reason for that is the new one will be available from mid of 2020 onwards.
The rest looks pretty much the same. I really do like this blue surfaces here. That really looks very modern. When you look down here, this part is new, because you do now have a new center console, which offers you something like this, which I really like, because with that you can put your smartphone on top. I really do like this a lot. It's the perfect surface for that, or you can put it down here. And if you open this, you do find two cup holders, which you can easily remove if you want. If you go to this to the side, you can take them out or fix them. So this is the pretty much the change. The big change of the interior is this one here with the new functions, and down here this area. This is what is brand new. So, but now let's see how the new Smart drives. At the moment I'm here in Valencia. I can show you something which is still the same with the Smart, only from the inside, which is the turning circle, which still is, as you see, and now it's so tiny. I think it's 7 meters 90, but this is the same as the predecessor, so really something very special. I'm here at the city of Valencia. This is the harbor. You can have a look there. All these very nice boats. Should get rid of my glasses. So. And we're now driving into the city of Valencia, so having a short look around just to give you an idea of how this car drives. Important to know, I think, is the battery is still the same, and this gives you a range, if you look at the data sheet, from about 150, 158, I think, kilometers as maximum, and the car should take I think about 15 kilowatt hours per 100 kilometer driven. And we can have a look, whoops, stop, how much my one took during my test drive until now. So I'm at 70%. So you have all these data here, you have the information about how my drive works. And there we are, 1 hour 21, 27 kilometers, not so much, 20 kilometers per hour in average. 16.7, but I have to be honest, this happens because I did some driving up and down the road during our filming here. This is not a typical thing. During my standard drive here in the city of Valencia, I had about 15.2, 15.3, something like it. So I think quite an okay number. Here you can see there are all the other Smarts. So let's go. Maybe I can find my hotel. That'd be nice. But as said, I really do like the drive of the car a lot, because it's small, it's powerful, it's agile, you have a very small turning circle, it's quiet because of the electric engine, and it provides you with everything you need inside a city. I did a test drive with the predecessor of this one, which is in principle the same car. And what I found out there was, yes, you may reach the figures that Smart gives you regarding to the consumption and the range if you drive very carefully and if the weather works. If you do try this in winter in Germany, for instance, that will not work if it's getting too cold. And if you drive too quick, too fast, that won't work either. But I would say you can have, red light, my friends. You can always have a secured range of, I would say, 120 kilometers. You can drive with a fully charged battery. And with this new car now, you can, if you buy the quick charger, you can recharge the car at a speed charger in, I think, 40 minutes from 10 to 80%. So really nearly a fully charged car in, let's say, less than an hour. I think that's absolutely fine. But when I drove this car for a couple of weeks during this long-term test, I just used my household socket every evening, and every morning I had a full car. So if you just drive your standard kilometers per day, like 30, 40, 50, whatever, you can charge the car home at a standard 230 volt socket in about an hour, overnight. That's the right explanation. So let's drive a bit through the city here, which is really a big plus with these electric cars. First thing is it is really quiet, and the other thing is we drive 40, this, so woof, 60, 70, so very, very easy, very quick. You get your speed, or the speed you want to. The acceleration of an electric car is really something special, something you have to get used to, but something you can really fall in love very easy with. So let's try this. So as you see, in the city center, or in the city of like here in Valencia, you will not miss anything with this car. You can easily drive the way you want, so you can just enjoy your ride. And you do find, of course, a speed limiter in the car, and you do find a cruise control as well. You do find a air condition in the car. I think you will find heated seats as well, if I'm not wrong. I think so. I think there are things at the outside of the seat. Yeah, there's a button. So you do find heated seats if you want. You can, by the way, you can use this echo button here. Then the car will reduce the energy consumption to make it a bit more efficient. But this, on the other hand, means a lack of power. So you have to decide what you want. You will find the information about your system here. So you do always see how much power you need, how much you recharge, and what is your battery about, what is the capacity of your battery. Yeah, what I want to know from you now is this the way of POV drives you want? Is this what you really want to have, like not just driving and looking around, but also getting informations like this? So not only the highlights we did in the past, but on top, or maybe instead, the information spoken. So like now, like standard moderations. I'm very interested to know what you prefer, because I'm doing this POV drives to provide you with what you want, because I drove the car, so I know the car. But I thought that it is interesting to be taking a place at the pilot seat, let's take it that way, just to get an idea of how this car behaves, how this car feels. And that was the idea when I started with these POV drives. And if you say, that's not enough, we don't only want to see how it looks like, and we don't only want to have the highlights, like these special infos we put into the video. We would prefer to have more detailed information, and if possible, just somebody who tells us everything about the car. I would really, really appreciate if you can let me know, because that would be an easy change. And then if you do say, yes, I'm interested in that, please let me know what highlights you're interested in, because it doesn't make sense to do another review like I do standard reviews, like for instance on Quick Car Review in English and the Auto Tester in Germany. So if I do this, it will be a bit shorter, it will be a bit different, but the question is, what does that mean? So what kind of a different, what kinds of information are you really looking at? So I will now try to find a way to show you one of my highlights here in Valencia regarding to the public places, because Valencia really is a very nice city. So you saw the part of the harbor, which is very, very nice, but there is some very modern architecture which I would love to present to you as well. And now we're here in a typical Valencia situation, so traffic, traffic and traffic, and it is at the moment, let's check, 20 minutes past 5, so this is the perfect time to enjoy a traffic jam. So this navigation system and me, we will never get big friends. Yeah, lots of people here, and the other thing is there are not only pedestrians and cyclists, there are also cars. And the Spanish guys, they really do have a different drive style than I'm used to have it in Germany. So that really is something different. But there you can see a part of the buildings I want to show to you. We'll have a look, drive around, so that I can show you what I really mean. So my camera in front of my on my head is something that people are interested in. This is something I really do like a lot when people look at me and say, what's that? Because it looks a bit like an alien. People here like to drive on red lights. Oh, that's great. So this is the part of Valencia I think you need to see when you're around. So whenever you're gonna visit the city, have a look here, because this really is special. Look at this and look at that. So this is something I think you will not see at so many places. It really looks like something out of a completely different world. And the people here, they really love it, and I can completely understand why. So I will turn around to show it to you from a different perspective. So now again, have a look at this place. Or this place maybe. They drive really a special way. Oh, this will not work. Yeah, this is Spanish as well. So I think now we use the other bridge, and then you will have another thing you can look at. And after this I really think I have to find my hotel. Oh, so here are my notes. If you're interested in that, the battery of this Smart is still 17.6 kilowatt hours. And the Smart still offers 60 kilowatts of power, so 82 horsepower. That's just the information you may want. I'm not sure. It's just something I thought you may like to know. The steering wheel, as you see, is still, typical Smart. So we have sound and voice control here. We have the menu here. We have the limiter, the information about the speed control, the cruise control down here. Everything works quite easy. And I think it's reduced to what you need. So it's nothing like, wow, everything and more. See another very nice building. It's what you need when you drive in a car through the city. There you can have a closer look at this beauty here. You see, this is a place, if whenever you go to Valencia, have a closer look at that. It is absolutely lovely. I showed this to my family about a year ago, and they instantly fell in love with it. You can walk around, it's really, really nice, and especially in summer. So, but I think that's enough about the Smart and Valencia. So it was just the idea to do this video to ask you guys if you say yes, do it that way, or please shut up and just present the highlighted information to us as you did before. I'm really looking forward to honest answers, because I don't want to bother you. I want to provide you with information you like. And important for me as well is to know what kinds of car you like to say, because I can do this with nearly every car I get hold of. But I think maybe you said, we only want to see performance cars, we only want to see top speed on German motorways or autobahns, or we want to see only electric or whatever. Just let me know, because I really want to present you what you want to see. So I say thank you very much, bye bye, take care, and if you like, I would love to see that you add me to your favorites and you will be one of my new followers. Bye bye, take care.